she's trying to save her ass. Erika is overacting, and this reunion has been her worst performance to date.
We obviously knew she wasn't getting invited to the Kathy's party. I'm sorry, but how inappropriate was it when he asked the ladies if they were dominant or submissive?
Rachel's
in bed?
mage, we love. She's perfect for this show. She's center diamond. I don't have anything more to say. True icon. Welcome to reality in 5D.
Where the tea is hot
The reads are sharper.
and nobody escapes the group chat.
Let's spill. Okay. Can you believe that we are at the end of this season of Beverly Hills?
I mean, I can't. No.
I mean,
It's pretty surreal.
I have a lot of feelings. It opens up with Erika trying to save, or saying that Dorit, implying or saying that she was acting this way to save her job is what hurt her the most. I personally feel that if something hurts you or makes you really feel a certain way, it's because you see truth in that.
Oh, yeah.
So, Erika, if that is what hurts you the most, is it because you yourself can see truth in what Dorit is saying?
Yeah, no one can make you, or no one has the power to hurt your feelings without your consent. You know what I mean?
And then she loses it over Dorit saying that Boz was that Boz gave her the most support out of all of the girls.
Yeah.
But honestly, looking back, I kind of agree.
I do
and
too.
For someone who's a Cancerian like Dorit, she needs that level of support that Boz can offer. And you think someone like Erika would understand that.
And while I don't believe that it was intentionally to shade Erika or to like say that she wasn't there for her, I think she was just acknowledging that like Bose goes above and beyond, which is what she would expect her best friend group. Like she said she was so close with them. That's something you would expect from a best friend. It's not something like, her and Bose are still relatively like new. Like this is like what their second year.
But their
like,
bond is strong
but
for a
it's
new
so-
relationship.
yeah, because they both show up for each other when it counts and when it matters. And so they were able to like have that bond. Whereas it's like her and Kyle and Erika, they have this like bond where they're like, we've been friends for so long, but like, does that make you friends?
No, and Erika looks like a narcissist throughout this. Everyone is living their own story and their own main character moment in the life that they're living, and Dorit is living in her divorce. And Erika is making it all about her. I don't know. Erika really disappointed me this reunion.
Yeah, same. And Kyle too. Kyle made some of the ugliest like faces and like little remarks and just tried to kind of, I don't know, deflect and distract from like the real issue, I feel like.
Yeah.
Instead of addressing anything with like Dorit, for instance, she went into like Bose and was like, well, because of this, I don't feel like I'll ever be able to get close with you. And she tried to be like, you've never had,
as she does,
my best interest. And then they proved that that wasn't correct, that Bose like did,
yeah,
rally for Kyle and say that she believed that she did have Dorit's best interest.
Well, and Erika's acting like, oh, you're being so harsh and so hateful and you're acting over the top. Are you kidding? When we watched you go through the entire Tom Girardi of it all, you acted that way. The or what and the behavior, the eviscerating everyone, always be on the defense. So what that Dorit is doing it in a different way. She's late. She's shopping. It's crazy to me that Erika has zero empathy for that.
It was crazy to me that they literally played all of the clips in which Kyle went up to each one of the girls and singled them out just to talk about Dorit and her finances and how erratic she was being, and express her concern to every single one of them
To
start
Dorit's
this.
point, the whole season.
And
Oh,
Dorit
correct.
was like sitting there looking so like validated the whole time,
Beaming.
like just beaming. Yeah, like, oh, I'm having my like shining moment, like
Kyle's
my breakthrough
like,
moment. Kyle still kind of doubled down, and she just did not even acknowledge like that she did that, or that she brought it to and then was like, okay, well, I brought it to their attention, but I did have, like she just missed the point completely.
Oh, yeah, I did say that. And I apologize. I'm like, come on, Kyle.
Yeah.
Come on, Kyle. No. Every time Kyle chimes in, it's irrelevant. And every time they show a flashback, Dorit seems vindicated. You're right. And I'm proud that at least production got that right. Because honestly, there is enough evidence of the way that Kyle acts.
Yeah, for sure.
And they keep pushing Dorit to apologize. And honestly, every single time they would say something that they would have a point about, she owned it. She did apologize. I'm sorry if it made you feel that way. I'm sorry that it came off that way. And then Andy be like, well, do you apologize? She did, Andy. Why do you continue to push her to apologize? She was never given... no one gave her an apology for the way that she was treated all season. She's going through a divorce. We've given her zero empathy.
Well, also, we know how I stand on Andy Cohen. And I'm sorry, but how inappropriate was it when he asked the ladies if they were dominant or submissive in bed? Like, who really wanted to know that? What was that for? That was inappropriate and uncomfortable. I cannot believe, one, he asked that question, like, and it kind of seemed on the fly, like
out of pocket.
Yeah.
He's their boss.
And I don't know, they all kind of like, some didn't really know how to answer that or like want to. It was an uncomfortable moment that I don't feel should have even been aired on TV.
There were a couple of uncomfortable moments, like Natalie, who's not even there. By the way, you know how I feel about people who don't show up to the reunion. So honestly, I don't want to give her the time of day, but apparently she talked more in the after show than she ever did on the show, because they show a clip of her on the after show where she speaks a sentence, and that's more than we saw throughout the whole season. But they said that she didn't want to room with Amanda because she brought her vibrator and planned on, and Kathy leans over to Rachel Zoe and is like, yeah, she's not going because she wants to jack off. I was like, are you serious, Kathy? Right now, Kathy's out of pocket. Andy's out of pocket. I'm like, what is going on the Beverly Hills reunion couch right now?
Yeah. Did you see they both laughed too at the allegations that they owned Bravo? Well, Kathy never said anything. Well, she laughed at Kyle's allegation, like Kyle owned
because they
Bravo.
never said Kathy. They said Kyle, and Kathy's like, yeah. I
said, oh, interesting that you would be the first one laughing over
Doogie,
there.
did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. They think you own it. Oh my God, I can't.
But they never did address those actual rumors. Just like the van, when they were like, the second that she was like, you took the van, I was like, oh, good, let's talk about this van.
Because there's a second van sitting right next to it. And they cut it.
Everyone has talked about that. And I'm like, good, they'll at least address that. And they're like, okay, let's move on. And I was like,
they didn't want to give Dorit the way to be like, yeah, right. You're not going to paint me like... They probably did. They left that on the editing floor, I am sure. But Erika is up Sutton's ass. I, again, have never been more disappointed in Erika Jayne. I've always been an Erika Jayne stan, and I don't understand what's happening this season. Watching her kiss up, I agree with Dorit claiming she's trying to save her ass. Honestly, the Sutton of it all is just beyond. And they're fake, like, apologies to each other, and the way they side banter each other, it's fake. It felt fake. Erika is overacting, and this reunion has been her worst performance to date. I didn't really watch when she was on Eileen's soap opera. Do you remember when Eileen got her that part?
No.
You don't remember when Erika Jayne first came on and Eileen was on the show?
Yes.
one of the soap operas Eileen is on, she got Erika Jane a small role.
Okay.
I didn't watch it, but I remember them talking about it and filming it while they were doing Beverly Hills. I assume that's the level of acting that we're getting right now from her. This is her worst performance.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of giving social climber too. Like, we obviously knew she wasn't getting invited to the Kathy's parties, and just like Dorit said something about like, oh yeah, clearly
Sudden.
I don't go to those parties. You know, I mean, I'm not invited to those parties. So I thought that was interesting.
You don't want to be there.
And if Sutton's talking about wanting to be invited to these parties,
She's a social climber,
and I
just like
think
Dorit
that's
said.
and that's like why they all hail at the altar that is Kyle Richards.
Exactly. No kidding.
It's the social climbing move.
And Erika called Sutton a box. She said she was shaped like a box and that she wasn't thin. I'm sorry. And they're sitting next to each other. Oh, yeah, that wasn't nice. I'm so sorry. Like, what?
No, calm down. She didn't say, I'm so sorry. She said, that wasn't nice. And
no, Sutton was like, I know you're sorry.
Yeah.
And she's like,
I am.
Yeah.
Like, what was that? What was that?
And they're like, she's not a social climber. She's been to the Met Ball. She's the only one. And Bose is like, excuse me?
You better stop.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
I love Bose. Coming for Andy Cohen several times. Yeah. Because the last...
Get your facts straight.
Yeah, the last episode, he tried to be like, oh, really? People step down from that position or people get fired. She had to educate his ass on that as well. Stay in your lane, Andy Cohen.
Yeah. Honestly, just like...
He's like, your friendship's in the shitter. I'm like, he is so extra, this reunion.
Yeah.
And so not interesting enough for me at the same time.
Yeah, I know. Same.
I just don't understand it. And I don't understand the Sutton, Erika, Kyle of it all. This very dysfunctional, like, Charlie's Angels dynamic they're trying to have. They've killed off the Fox Force 5, and this is what we're left with. Like, take that shit to TV land. We do not want it on Bravo. I'm not interested. I don't want to see Beverly Hills get put on pause, but I think we need to filter a few out and bring a few in. I think Sutton needs to go. I think Kyle needs to go. I never thought Amanda should even be there in the first place. And I saw rumors online that she's not coming back. And gosh.
She knows how to read a room, at least.
Literally. Light a manifestation candle at the altar of Kyle Richards, whatever it takes. But I hope she doesn't come back either. Like, but I'd like Erika to stay and her and Dorit to mend their friendship, even though we ended that clearly on a bad note.
I would like for Heather Dubrow to be invited to Beverly Hills.
I am here for that. I love Fancy Pants. Bring her to Beverly Hills where she truly belongs. Yeah. Come on. And Rachel Zoe, she gave us the most this season. I think that the Kyle Dorit fight and Erika popping in at the last second to throw some glitter on the end, but that overshadowed a lot of the good that Rachel Zoe really brought to the season. She brought fun trips. She brought style. She brought iconic moments, and she became real, true, genuine friends with a lot of the girls. I really, really like Rachel Zoe. I think she was a great addition. She's always been good TV, even when you could tell she hated to be on TV back on her show.
Authentic person.
She is. I mean, come on.
She's super critical of herself, and I want her to find her own like footing and confidence for her sake, but I love her.
What do you think about her saying that at her bachelorette party? She got hit on by a famous person or propositioned. They were like, the weirdest place you've ever been propositioned.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, the dance floor at my bachelor party. You remember? And she was like, it's a really famous person, and I would die if I told you. But she said that he stuck his hand down her pants. I mean, we need to know. I need the internet to do a deep dive because we need to know.
You know, Roger is going to
go to hell, Roger.
Crazy over this.
Rachel's mage, we love. She's perfect for this show. She's center diamond. I don't have anything more to say. Like, she was a true icon. Yeah. I don't think there was enough. This
comes out on TMZ, Raj. We know it was you.
Totally. Oh my God. And Bose, like, she really gave us a great season that got overshadowed. She gave genuine, wholesome, family. I think that a lot of times the viewers are like, this is a dud, this is a dead season, but they also are like, oh, she's not authentic, we're not getting the real her. You're seeing Bose give you her family life, intermingling a family that once was into a new, and like trying to go on this fertility journey that's sad, but a lot of people can genuinely relate to.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are having kids later, I feel like. So I feel a lot of people can truly relate to the journey that she's on. She said, even if this doesn't work, they're going to explore the next option and the next option and adoption and anything to really
It's so
give him.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when Rachel kind of like opened up about dating younger men. And they all kind of like laughed that
Did you
off.
see how judgmental Sutton looked right away?
And jealous.
Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Can you believe that? She was
Mhm.
looking around too. I was like, she's so judgmental. She needs to go.
Yeah. I did notice her face. Sutton is such a booger.
Yeah. She really is.
And they go on that whole defending the income comment to Keely, and I honestly didn't see the gold digger of it all. I felt like it was him trying to be deep or poetic in a moment. Like, at the end of the day, if we had nothing, not, oh, if I just lost it all and you were the only breadwinner, but like if we lost this, would the love still be there? Those are genuine questions you should ask before you marry someone.
Yeah.
I feel that people who are educated enough and that know to go to like couples counseling before they get married, and they do, even like religious people have those courses that they have to take before they marry to see if this is like, are you on the right path, or are you doing this for the right reasons?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's to each, who knows, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
I felt it was a genuine moment. I didn't feel that it was what it was able to be twisted into. And she doubles down and defends that moment. And I really like their relationship. But they show Kyle making that comment on, what was it, like Watch What Happens Live or something else, where she's like, well, someone said that to me, that my husband's penis would fall off or something like that. Like
And
almost
that's
like
when his penis fell
emasculating
off.
him. Yeah, almost saying that. And Bose is even like, a lot of men, like, it's hand in hand. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
take their masculinity with their money. Like they feel that makes them feel powerful and like a man.
Yeah, and
So,
she's been wealthy for a while
and to
now.
go on there and do that, Kyle continuously puts her Manolo in her mouth this whole season and takes no accountability.
Well, that's why she's alone and miserable. And
Mm-hmm.
Bose has found someone and is like making a home and a family, and
Yeah.
she's elevating, and Kyle's kind of just spiraling out of control.
Yeah. And I love when Bose is like,
Downside.
they ask her if she's sorry for saying Amanda's good at scamming or whatever she said.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that was harsh. She said harsh. She didn't say false. Let's be clear, Amanda, you are a scam.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love the Pinocchio comment. Bose, and I said this, I know weren't recapping at this time, but I even said this. The way they presented the question, did you make this comment this way, wasn't what Bo said. And if
Yeah.
you came to me the way that was all misconstrued and the game of telephone of it all,
Yeah.
I would have been like, no, I didn't say that. It didn't sound anything like what she said. It
No.
was a complete joke. And we're on this show for the like side banters and all of that. Like, I completely feel like Bose was in the right this whole time. She never said what they claim she said. Even when Amanda and Kyle asked Natalie if she said that, they asked it in a different way and she answered it in a kind of vague way. There were no actual receipts,
They wanted it to be worse
They
than it
wanted
was.
it to be worse than it was. And Amanda keeps trying to come for Bose. I mean, sit down.
We strung this out for so long because Kyle thought we needed to see Dorit fall apart during her divorce with PK.
She kind of took a few people down trying to make that happen. Kyle looks terrible this season.
She does.
And the accost comment, finally, she's like, yeah, that was a strong word, but that's how you made me feel, Amanda, or whatever. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
And the whole shopping bullshit with Dorit, get over it. We watch this show for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's Beverly Hills. That's one thing they have over most of these housewives. I feel like Beverly Hills elevates the housewife game. They bring the glam that made everyone else step it up. But we really watch Beverly Hills for that lavish, luxurious, them shopping on Rodeo. We could get other things from other franchises. So I don't understand why they're attacking Dorit for spending a little bit of money at Love Shack Fancy. And we have talked about this for an entire season. I know that there were more things on the editing floor that could have made a more interesting and more fun season.
That's Kyle's way of being like, look over there, so that we don't have to see what she's doing and what's really going on. All she gave us was like, oh, my daughter's wedding. And then, oh, let me go tour
Out of like
my
an
old
iPhone.
house and have like a sad moment, like with Maurizio.
And I could have done without that.
Yeah.
How pouted the entire this whole episode. She's just like pouting because she can see how stupid she looks and all of the flashbacks. And I'm sorry, Dorit skewered Kyle. She skewered her plan to make her look bad. Activated Dorit has brought the last 2 seasons, honestly. And I feel that I'm here for that shift. There's more of her that we can give. I hope this isn't the end of Dorit on the show. I really do. Because, I mean, she put it all out there. She came ready. Like, she was yelling to the point that Rachel was even like, oh my God. Like, you could see it in her eyes. It's like she was being affected by the energy. And what did she say? Oh my gosh, that had Erika being, oh yeah, that her plan to make her look bad. Erika's like, you don't believe that, do you? Like,
I did.
it was the worst acting from Erika. And I'm like, yeah, we all believe this.
See it. Like,
have you all not been reading the comments section?
Yeah.
We've all been saying this all season long. And Kyle just keeps defending it. And even Boz, on some level, was trying to see the good in Kyle. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
She kept trying to be like, I can tell she cares about you. I mean, I guess it does look like that if someone's running around constantly spewing your name out of their mouth. Yeah. They care a whole hell of a lot about you, clearly. But I felt what Dorit felt. Mm-hmm. I appreciate Boz being such a good friend and trying to be a girl's girl to some of these girls, but I don't know. I don't think she was doing it to benefit Dorit.
No.
I've thought on several instances she cared more about benefiting PK than Dorit in this entire situation.
Yeah, if she was a real friend, she would be happy for her instead of like she shows jealousy or she downgrades or dismisses her. That's not someone who is your friend.
No, she initiates almost all of the conversation about her. Mm-hmm. The side banter all came from Kyle.
Yeah.
It did. The worry. I'm sorry, if you're worried, you immediately go to the person. I'm worried about you. Mm-hmm. I want to come to you before the cameras. Like, I want to come to you before you watch this back. Come on.
I believe they might have been friends at one point, but they're not friends now.
Mm-hmm. Kyle brought it to the table. Mm-hmm. All of it. And Dorit's like, it's all aired. Like, you can look back and see it in productions like pan. Kyle's like pouting. Her mouth's like deflated on the side. Mm-hmm. I'm like, because you are guilty.
She didn't like seeing herself.
She didn't. Sutton even
Kyle or even Kathy came to her rescue. Did you hear that?
Oh, at the end. Oh, I'm sitting here and I'm feeling a little bad for my baby sister over there because you're not like listening to her.
But
no.
You are forgiving Erika.
Because Kyle has taken zero accountability. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't even say she forgave Erika because in the end we saw, how that turned out. Mm-hmm. Erika was like, I want space and all of this. I want distance. I don't want to be there for you in your time of need. That is beyond. Yeah. Again, going back to the Girardi of it all. Mm-hmm. The Erika with the mascara strip streaming down her face and screaming at everyone and calling everyone, I'll see you next Tuesday. Like, that's completely crazy to me that she still has no empathy.
Yeah.
Even Sutton apologized.
Maybe this show's too much for Erika. She needs to go on.
It might be. Sutton felt sorry that she felt turned on even. Like, I'm like, if Sutton even... Come on, Erika, the one whose ass you're kissing over there, who you were eviscerating 3-4 years ago, is over here apologizing for the way it looks and the way it made her feel. At least you can have a little bit of empathy. you of all people going through this divorce and these big moments on camera, it overshadowed a lot of what Erika went through this season, honestly, the way she's acted as a friend.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know. I really do think Kyle has the power to get people off the show. And Dorit was like, even Erika thinks it. And Dorit even doubled down and said that Erika said that to her. So, like, you could see people being like, oh, shit. That's why Kyle was like, shut her up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's coming out. And he's like, oh, you remember when people used to say that about LVP? Yeah, I remember when LVP produced a dog show and a restaurant show and all the shows that
Isn't she
I
still on?
found irrelevant because I didn't like her on Beverly Hills and I never followed her to the other shows. No, I think they're canceled or she had to go to Hulu because she ran her Bravo course. I'm sorry. And so has Kyle. Yeah. Goodbye, Kyle. Can we get that on a soundbite button?
And maybe she doesn't have producer credits, but if she doesn't, Maurizio does, and so does Kathy. So
even Amanda said, well, that is something that people are saying all over the internet. Yeah. Because it kind of becomes evident to people who've watched the show that's been on as long as it's been on. We can tell when we're being produced or controlled. And maybe if your name or your pen name isn't on the credits, you have a hand in manipulating the narrative. So maybe if you're not sitting in a boardroom deciding how it's going to go, you are pushing the hand. You are manipulating situations. That is production. That is producing. So you can argue the semantics of it all. But
we saw who was laughing. The only two people laughing at those allegations.
Yeah.
And then they said nothing besides ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. Kyle does kind of apologize for what was that comment about her being, was it manic or irrational? Erratic. Yeah, and Dorit's like, I'm sorry. The fact that they're coming for this girl for being late when we've talked about it for how many seasons?
We still talking about it?
You're right. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I know. I guess I'm late.
She's late all the time. We know this about her. Tell her a different time already. Or just like Rachel said, meet up in different cars. That's how I am. Like, I'll meet you there.
I feel like somewhere there are a group of college kids doing a drinking game to the amount of time the word cunt was said in this episode.
Yeah.
And then you get the whole cold-hearted, see you next Tuesday, like,
my God, I know. So much.
I'm like, wow. And they even said Sutton was 4 hours late in Sedona and they're grilling Dorit. Come on. Yeah. Didn't Andy Cohen, I'm sorry, but the way that he was like, I've never seen Erika Jayne cry so hard. Like when she cried at that table, I was like, did you forget when she was sitting meeting Kyle during COVID and the announcement of her divorce came and there were tears so far stained down her face that Camille Grammer had to comment all over the place that, oh, that's so funny. I've seen her swimming in the ocean and her mascara never ran. Like, she cried harder over that than she cried over Dorit, Andy Cohen.
I forgot about that. That was interesting.
Yeah, no. She even gets caught like in a lie because she starts to ramble on her own bullshit. She freezes. Did you see that? Almost like she glitched. She was like, and then they had to pull her back. I was like, yeah, even you don't believe the shit that's spewing out of your mouth right now. Yeah. You're being coached. And
and then she tries to play that like mysterious. But like, girl, you over explain and ramble all the time about the back and then this and this and this.
It's like there was a group text with bullet points from Kyle Richards that was like, Kathy, you say this. Erika, you say this. Sutton, you say this. Because it was the same stupid story over and over again. Even when Kathy did chime in, like you said, and Kathy was like defending her sister, Dorit was like, yeah, I hear you, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, the problem is your sister refuses to take accountability and keeps talking behind my back.
The whole situation to her. Again. Like she wasn't even there, yeah.
Oh, it's because she had to keep answering her phone. Mm-hmm. She answered that phone how many times? I don't care if it is your birthday. You're here. You're at work.
She does that to show power and like significance. Like she can do whatever she pleases because she's like that significant and powerful. Like, get over it. Get over yourself. Get off the show.
And the ceremonial matcha toast at the end was beyond. And Kyle's speech that I didn't believe for a second, and I don't think Dorit did either, where she's like, even though I do love you, and even though we're fighting, and this whole moment at the end was just forged and fake. And Kyle being like, I don't hold a grudge. Yes, you do. There's like literally evidence of you holding grudges for 15 years. I mean, where's Kim? Come on. Where's Kim's house? And then, like, Erika and Dorit are clearly not going to be friends for a long time because Erika's like, I want to pause from you until the old Dorit comes back because I can't be friends with this one that needs a friend more than ever. That was horrible. That was sad. And I was proud of Dorit for standing up for herself in the end of that.
Yeah. We'll see how long they go without speaking to each other. I feel like they'll make up before Kyle and Dorit make up.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think so too. I think Kyle's ran her course.
Yeah.
I think it's time. The manifestations at the end, and I mean that was cute and all, but like, can we quit trying to make Amanda happen? Can we get like a real manifester on here? Can we get someone worth manifesting with? I'm bored with this one. Let's get the girl who wrote The Secret on Beverly Hills.
Yes. And why did we not even hear about her kicking her sister out of her house? They didn't want to bring that up.
Wait, oh my God, yeah, because it was on. Maybe that happened after they filmed. I have some questions. That's suspicious.
That's suspicious.
I don't know. I think that Beverly Hills definitely has got to figure its shit out. Beverly Hills needs a revamp, but I really hope it doesn't lead to a pause because I don't think I can go a year or two without Beverly Hills. I really haven't missed New Jersey that much. Really, it kind of sucked at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I would miss Beverly Hills even after a slow season like this. So I hope that you all figure your shit out because we need Bev Hills to come back stronger than ever.
Yeah.
Well,
until next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.